Chris Cuomo here. Welcome to NewsNation. And I know everybody is feeling very intense things right now. And I'm with you on it. And this is where right and left come to try to be reasonable. And it is not easy, especially now, especially when emotions run high. But that's when it's most important. Tonight, we have new reporting. I will tell you what is known and what is not known and what is a lie, okay? All regarding the investigation into the 22-year-old who murdered Charlie Kirk. Also, I'm going to take all of his wife's comments. I wish that this moment hadn't come for her, but she has decided to use it and to address us, and I want to hear what she has to say. And my heart goes out to her and the challenge she has with those two babies. Now, there are a lot of questions out there, and you are coming at me, and it is not that I don't care, it is that I am overwhelmed. Here are the four most common, okay? Why am I saying that it doesn't matter why the shooter did it? Because the desire to know is motivated only by advantage of one side over the other. One side wanting to blame the other as worse. This isn't, oh, I want to know so we can find out who did it and stop the next one. It's not what it is. It's not what's driving it. All they do is seek advantage, and that's why things are getting worse. Every moment that we spend time trying to figure out who gets blamed for this is a moment wasted on getting anywhere better. Extremism is dominating us on both fringes, but the few have held the many hostage now for years because of social media. Nothing changes if nothing changes. And no one is talking about what should come to make it better, only how to deal with the other side in ways that will certainly make this worse. Second, why am I treating the assassination of Charlie Kirk different than other crimes? And why was I wearing black to mourn Charlie the night he died? First, I treat it differently because it is. Charlie was murdered. That is a first for us. No member of the media has been killed in my lifetime for their beliefs in America by another American. Also, you really should question why you question my empathy, why it would bother you that I was moved by a murder. But as a matter of fact, I didn't dress for Charlie. I was in a satellite truck because I was at an event that night. And that's how I was dressed for the event, and I went right into the truck. I am very sorry Charlie is gone, and I feel for his family. And if that bothers you because of his politics, you bother me. Second, why do I hide what Kirk was really saying? Charlie said lots of untrue and divisive things, and I disagreed with him, and I was puzzled and said so to him about why somebody who says they chase virtue in Christianity says so many things that seem at odds with it to me. However, so what? Either killing for speech is wrong or right. I say wrong. Always. Every time. No matter what. So I don't dwell on what he said. And he said plenty that was not divisive. But none of that matters to me because there is no good that comes from trying to mitigate what was done because of what he had said. Why do I push back on those saying this is war and that the right needs to galvanize to avenge Charlie? You'd be shocked, first of all, how many people are saying this to me. Look up the word avenge, okay? Here's a hint. Focus on the venge part. What good would come from that? I believe that some of the people saying that are moved by emotion. Others are using this as an opportunity to do exactly what motivated this murderer. It is exactly what we don't need. Last, why am I focusing so much on the role of social media and the role that it played in this, and when the democratization of media is such a good thing and you just want all the power, you don't want us to have our own platform? It's not true. I believe in the democratization of media. There is nothing inherently wrong with social media. It's how it's being used, okay? And the reason I say it is exactly an echo of what the best leader in this situation has said. The best in this situation so far who has done the most, I believe, to call it as it is and call for what we need to do? Governor of Utah.
It feels like rage is the only option. But through those words, we have a reminder that we can choose a different path. We can always point the finger at the other side. And at some point, we have to find an off-ramp, or it's going to get much, much worse. Social media is a cancer on our society right now, and I would encourage, again, I would encourage people to log off, turn off, touch grass, hug a family member, go out and do good in your community.
Or talk to actual people. What he just said is the best I've heard. So many young people are involved in this too. We see the increasing number of them acting out in horrible ways. Charlie had a huge young following. Many are in pain over this. There's an opportunity in that. They care. Use that. Don't demonize it. Don't push them to go dark because of it. Social media is being used as a thunderdome. It is a crucible of callous extremism where the few can be magnified and literally drown out the many. What should happen? Here's the answer. The people in charge of the platforms know how to, and do so, manipulate what is said to magnify certain things. That's why certain things trend. That's why they put their ads with what trends. Change the algorithm to not pump the provocative. Don't say you don't know how to do it. You listen to us and email me ads for things based on what you're able to take with technology from my conversations, let alone what I write. Okay? You reward the provocative, the extreme, and the ugly. Reward reasonable. Elon Musk should lead the way. And I never suggested or would suggest that Elon should be hurt for what he says. That is horrible. And anyone who believes that is wrong, and wrong to want it. I know there's power in playing the victim. But Elon Musk is the one saying that the left is the party of murder. And that is as useless as his platform when it comes to pushing extremism at a time when we need to do the opposite. And I know it makes you money. And I know it makes you resonant. But it's also why you're no longer standing next to the president. And I would never want anything bad to happen to him because I think he has bad ideas. Elon Musk can be part of a better social media. He should change his algorithms, and I would never want anything bad to happen to him, okay? Now, another question I get is whether or not the guy was alt-right, that jerk Fuentes, the hater, or he was a lefty, but his family's for Trump, and blah, blah. I reached out to the investigative journalist who made the claim. I'm looking into it. I don't know, and again, I don't care. No matter what side owns him, it is proof of the problem. And the only way you get less of it is if you reward different things. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.